touch event, and UI responder. In the next two chapters, you will create a touch tracker, an app that lets the user draw by touching the screen. In this chapter, you will create a view that draws lines in response to the user dragging across it. Using multi-touch, the user will be able to draw more than one line at a time. Touch events. As a subclass of UI responder, a UI view can override 4 methods to handle the 4 distinct touch events. One or more fingers touch the screen. One or more fingers move across the screen. And one or more fingers are removed from the screen. Finally, there's a system event like an incoming phone call interrupts a touch before it ends. Creating the touch tracker application. In building touch tracker, you are going to use the default view controller and the storyboard that the template created. First of all, let's create an iOS single view app named Touch Tracker. For its view and model layers, you are going to create a custom view class and a custom structure. Let's begin with your custom struct. Creating the line struct. You are going to create a custom line type. So far, all of the types you have created have been classes. Line will be a struct. You have used the structs throughout this course. CGRect, CGSize, and CGPoint are all structs. So too are string, int, array, and dictionary. Now you are going to create one of your own. Create a new Swift file named line. In line.swift, import code graphics and declare the line struct. Declare 2 CGPoint properties that will determine the beginning and ending point for the line. Creating drawView. An instance of drawView will be the view of the application's root view controller. The default view controller included in the project. The view controller needs to know that its view will be an instance of drawView. Create a Swift file named drawView. In drawView.swift, implement the method stroking lines and override draw. Open main.storyboard. Select the view and open the Identity Inspector. Under Custom Class, change the class to drawView. An instance of drawView needs to be able to draw lines. You are going to write a method that uses UI Bezier path to create and stroke a path based on the properties of a given line. Then you will override draw to draw the lines in the array of finished lines as well as the current line if any. Turning touches into lines. A line is defined by 2 points. Your line stores these points as properties named begin and end. When a touch begins, you will create a line and set both of its properties to the point where the touch began. When the touch moves, you will update the line's end. When the touch ends, you will have your complete line. In drawView.swift, implement touches began to create a new line. This code first figures out the location of the touch within the view's coordinate system. Then it calls that needs display, which flags the view to be redrawn at the end of the run loop. Next, also in drawView.swift, Implement touches moved method so that it updates the end of the current line. Finally, still in drawView.swift, update the end location of the current line and add it to the finished lines array when the touch ends. Build and run the application and draw some lines on the screen. While you are drawing, the lines will appear in red. Once finished, they will appear in black. As you see, you can't draw multi-lines at the same time. Handling multiple touches. Let's update drawView so that you can draw as many lines as you can fit fingers on the screen. In Main.Storyboard, select the drawView and open the Attributes Inspector. Check the box labeled Multiple Touch, which will set the drawView instance's multiple touches enabled property to true. Instead of adding more properties, you are going to replace the single line with a dictionary containing instances of line. In drawView.swift, add a new property to replace current line and update its methods. The attribute current line in all methods is replaced with current lines. Current lines is used to record multiple lines you draw with multiple touches at the same time. Notice that you implemented a new method named touchesCancelled. A touch can be cancelled when the application is interrupted by the OS while a touch is currently on the screen. When a touch is cancelled, any state it set up should be reverted. In this case, you should remove any lines in progress. Build and run the application and stop drawing lines with multiple fingers. On the simulator, hold down the Option key while you drag to simulate multiple fingers. Notice the ordering of log messages in the console. You should know that when a UI responder method like touchesMoved is called on a view, only the touches that have moved will be in the set of touches. Thus, it is possible for 3 touches to be on a view, but only 1 touch to be in the set of touches passed into one of these methods. Additionally, once a UI touch begins on a view, all touch event methods are called on that same view over the touch's lifetime, even if that touch moves off the view it began on. IB inspectable. When working in Interface Builder, you are able to modify attributes for the views that you add to the canvas. For example, you can set the background color on a view, the text on a label, and the current progress on a slider. You can add this same behavior to your own custom UI view subclasses for certain types. Let's add in the ability for the drawView's current line color, finished line color, and line thickness to be customized through Interface Builder. In drawView.swift, declare 3 properties to reference these values. Give them default values and have the view flag itself for redrawing whenever these properties change. The IB inspectable keyword lets Interface Builder know that this is a property that you want to customize through the Attributes Inspector. Many of the common types are supported by IB inspectable: booleans, strings, numbers, CG point, CG size, CG rect, UI color, UI image, and a few more are all candidates. Now, when you add a drawView to the canvas in Interface Builder, you can customize these 3 properties in the Attributes Inspector to be different for different instances. Open drawview.swift and set the three properties in your code. Set the properties in the attributes inspector of drawview as the slide shows. And set the line thickness to 5. Finally, you need to use the new colors instead of UI color in your draw method. One more thing, set path.line width to line thickness in method stroke. Build and run the application and start drawing lines. The line's color and width should be changed. The responder chain. Let's briefly review the response chain of these touch events. A touch event starts at the view that was touched. The next responder of a view is typically its UI view controller or its super view. The next responder of a view controller is typically its view's super view. The topmost super view is a window. The window's next responder is a singleton instance of your application. It calls the same method on its next responder. If a method is not overridden, its next responder will attempt to handle the touch event. If the application does not handle the event, then it is discarded. You can explicitly call a method on a next responder too. Let's say there is a view that tracks touches, but if a double tap occurs, its next responder should handle it. The code would look like this. Congratulations! You have built your first painting app. See you next time.